Hi, welcome to LNA Does Audio Stuff Mixing course. This course is 15 lessons long, and in these 15 lessons you will learn to mix a whole track from start to end, using only Ableton Live's own stock devices. What you will learn is a mixing workflow that works for any type of genre and any type of song, the key concepts of mixing, awesome techniques and ways to apply the Ableton Live stock devices into your mix, as well as some fun tips and tricks. While watching this course, you can actually practice and do exactly what I'm doing in the videos using a song that I have created just for this course. You can download the stems and Ableton Live practice session from the link down below. No previous mixing experience needed. I will explain everything to you and you can get started with your mixing. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so that you will be notified every single time I post a new video for this course. Let's get started with mixing. Okay, so this episode is about compressor and how to apply it to this mix that we've been working on this mixing course. Can't wait to show it to you. Also, thank you so much for DistroKid for sponsoring this mixing course. In the end of this video, I'm showing you a little demonstration on how to use one of their really cool features called Hyper Follow. DistroKid is an amazing distribution company and they really help people like me and you who are just independent artists trying to make it out in the music industry, and they help us. Anyway, let's get into this tutorial now. So we already applied EQ to some of our mixes, all of our tracks here, as you can see. Point of last week was to understand EQ and also why we're cutting stuff now before we are actually exaggerating things. Today, it's very important because we are going to add compressor after it. And if we already have the unwanted frequencies, then we will just exaggerate those unwanted frequencies. So let's cut them before we exaggerate anything. A compression, the fun thing. So I have done plenty of videos explaining it in very detailed. So I'm gonna link them down below. I have one on Splice's website and a couple on my own. So go and check those out. So let's just recap quickly what is compression. So compression's idea is the fact that we are reducing the dynamic range. So dynamic range is measured by loudest point of the signal and the quietest point of the signal. So example here, this hi-hat, we have the loudest point is here, and you can see that it decays, and then we have the quiet points of signal there. So the point of compression is not to make things louder, it's to actually make things quieter, because we are reducing dynamic range. Why we think it makes things louder is because we perceive things that seem to be closer, we perceive them louder. So it's actually illusion. What we are aimed to do with it is make things more powerful and feel like things are closer to us. We can also sculpt the signal with attack and release. We can actually sculpt how is the signal reacting. Is it, example, kick? We can add punchiness to it. Vocals we can bring forward. We can actually like make things sound more powerful with compression. There's no right or wrong in compression. There's literally no right or wrong way to do it. There's only the science, that's right. All of it other is artistry, and it depends on the signal. I would start by soloing each group. So I'm going to start by drums. I'm going to solo the drum group, and then I'm going to compress everything I need to do here. Then I'm going to go to bass, then I'm going to go to mids, vocals, and compress everything separately. So kicks, we're going to compress definitely them because listen to it. It just sounds a bit like dull. I want it to be punchier. I want to be more powerful. Compression, compression, compressor, 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 compressor. And how do I apply it? I go here to the main channel and I just look at the dynamic range on the actual fader. So the lowest ones are now showing in about -80, 48, and the highest ones, the loudest, are 26 maybe, or something like that. So what I can go to now with the threshold is set. Oh, already things are happening, but it's because makeup gain is on. I'm going to take it off. So with threshold, we are setting where does the compression start. So we are actually setting the line. So now things are going to get quieter before it gets louder. So I'm going to go, what did I say? 48. So I'm going to go to maybe 45 decibels. So now we have the threshold here, which means that everything above the threshold will be compressed. That's what threshold does. As you can see already, some gain reduction is happening, and that's what we're doing with compressor. We are gain reducing. Next, we are applying ratio. So ratio is how much compression is being applied above the threshold. So I'm going to go here, and I want quite a lot, and a lot for kick is maybe between 3 and 8. So a lot more like that. Okay, and now we make sure that we're in a peak mode as well, and now we're going to work with attack and release. So attack and release is like how fast is the compression starting after the threshold, and how fast is it returning to the threshold. So we can have a slow attack where we are actually starting to catch the peak, the loudest part of the signal, which is the beginning, which is this part here. So if we have the attack very fast, then we are actually crushing the transient in the beginning. So with the kick, we don't want that. We actually want much slower attack. So we are only really compressing the decay of the signal. So we get that kind of punchiness happening. So now with the release, we are detecting where is a good place for it to go. So what I want is that pumping effect. So it goes fast like this. So we have the transient happening, and then we have a slower release. So it goes like that. That's what I'm aiming with the kick. So you can almost see the movement in the gain reduction signal here. Like that. So I like that. But now, remember the episode number 4 where we're talking about gain staging? So now if you look at the input and output, they are actually not the same. The input is louder than the output. So we need to now use the output control to use makeup gain. So that's what usually makeup gain, this one does automatically, but we don't want to do it automatically because it makes it very, very loud. And we don't want that. We don't want to make things louder in this point. We just want to make them sound bigger and punchier. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to match it with I to this signal here. Okay, so this is without compression and with. So after this example, I might add another EQ to exaggerate the parts I want. So it sounds really good, like around 100. It's quite high on the high end. So I'm just going to reduce it a little bit and gain reduction a little bit. This is without. Bit lazy and not that good, and with. It has more oomph in it. So basically now comes to the point where we are doing the same for every single track. So this is what we talked about in the lesson number 2, active listening. So watch that if you haven't yet. You need to start learning to recognize what is dynamic and what's compressed. You need to learn about hearing dynamics, and that is how you start to learn to actually make the decision artistically. Does something need to be compressed or not? So example, I feel like quite often with synths, I might not use compression. So example, let's see. This one I would, just because it has that bum, 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 and I want it to be a bit more precise. Okay, so without, with. It's a slight difference, but I like it. It just adds the kind of pulsiness to it. But do we have one that we wouldn't add it to? this one. Firstly, I wouldn't use it for this one because I feel like it's already compressed. It's a sample that I got from Splice, so I feel like it's very precise already. And I like the dynamic of it. It's and that kind of organic dynamics of it just makes me feel something. So I don't want to crush that. I don't want to add to it anything. As well as this. So I want it to be dynamic and quite fast, so I don't want to add it to this one either. But this one, it's like a percussion thing. So this one actually, I feel like I want to add it because I want it to be closer. I want it like, I'm probably going to pan it to left and right. So I want it to really be on your ear, like bum, 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 on your, like, closer. So without, the decay is quite fast and it's quite far away. So with compressor, lol. I actually said lol. Yeah, it sounds so much more precise and more closer, and also we can hear the decay for longer. Vocals, definitely. So I'm gonna go here again, and I'm probably gonna compress all of the vocals, and I will do that now. So the main vocals, I will use harsher compressor, and for the backing vocals, I will do a little bit less. So again, harsher means that I'm having the threshold lower and more ratio. You give me Okay, so basically now we have added compressors to low end stuff, mid and vocals, and now we're gonna move into different type of dynamic processing, so and saturators and erosion and all these things, and we're gonna start making sure that everything sounds more separate and even more better all together. So it's coming there, it's coming together. Woohoo! Hey, I just want to talk to you a little bit about DistroKit Hyperfollow. So this is actually a feature on DistroKit that I have personally used so much. Just a couple weeks ago, I published my single, No, I'll Do It. Oh, no, I'll do it. And what you can do is that in here, in the settings, find Hyperfollow, and I can see this even before anything has been published. So when I click this, I get this page that is fully customizable. So I can go here on the right and just edit this page, and I can add the artist, song title, cover work, my YouTube channel, music video which I put, song release days, Spotify pre-saved, also music links, so I can add all of the ones that the music is published in. Also my social media links. So in the end, how it looks like is this. So you can also preview the track from here. It's basically the one-stop shop for everything, every single link to do with your release. So it will have all the shops, all the music videos, or any kind of merch you want to put. It's one link with everything, and it's free from DistroKit. So when I started advertising for my my single coming up, so you can see here on my Instagram, I started to post about my music video and all that. I was asking people to pre-save my track. And this was the link I wanted them to get to, because I wanted them to press this button and also see that there's a music video coming and all that. So what I did is that here in Linktree, no, I'll do it, listen here. So what it does, it takes it to this website, because some people are not in Spotify, some people are not in iTunes. It will take you to this website that then takes them to wherever they want to. link to DistroKid where you can sign up, where you can release your music, and where you can then use this hyperlink all down below in a link. So go there and have a look. I basically publish all my music through DistroKid, so definitely recommending it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, please hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post. Usually I always post all my Patreon followers here, but in this mixing course I am now thanking all my patrons in the info box down below. If you want to be part of that family where I do weekly live stream Q&As, I give feedback, I give free stuff, presets and templates. If you want to be part of that all an amazing community, then please check out the link also down below. Also, remember, I have merch, so check that out as well down below. Have a very lovely day, and I'll see you next Sunday because I post every single Sunday. Bye!